forget, they can then hold you in contempt of that card, and being held in contempt of that card means that everybody else gets to basically throw rocks at you. It can hurt, but it's just part of the game. But if you remember, that other card that you ate gives you immunity from those rocks. It essentially shields you from those rocks, puts up a force field in front of you. But you have to remember what that card was, but you ate it. And if you don't remember what it is, we'll just get better at the game, I guess. You know? It's simple. Thank you. My heart goes out to you, Ghost. Like this. This is how you do my heart goes out to you. Even if somebody's up there, you still go with your palm up. That's how a normal individual human who is not an does my heart. My heart goes out to you all. Just thought you might want to have that demonstration for no particular reason. No particular reason at all. In order to exit the airlock, you'll need a spacesuit stored in the locker in this room. It should equip automatically when you select the outer airlock. It should? What do you mean should? Game, what do you mean by should? Please. Don't you know? You made this game. Okay, it worked. Look at that, chunky boy. I love that. Ooh, what's this? Is this a sword in a stone? No, it's in a person. If I pull it out, I will become king. What happened here? Demons. Whoa, demons. It's Crossroads demons. Get yeeted. Oh, geez.
I think you have.
I feel bad.
I love this song.
Because I've kind of abandoned her on
Enshrouded as well.
Enshrouded.
Hang on.
Oh,
Stop
what
talking.
the
I'm
hell?
gonna listen to this music. Oh, General Grievous. But me, I'm like deer in the headlights. Like, I don't know. Not really. Inside. I mean, outside, I'm probably like, Let me go, you monster, you beast. Are those books? Maybe he's not so bad. Maybe I can change him. Maybe I don't want him to change at all. And coffee? Some things that don't need to be demoed? Yeah. Oh geez, oh geez. I am so glad I moved that off of my, and I am so glad I moved that off the screen. Urs, what do you, don't tell me not to look at something. Hold on, I gotta get off this page. Holy cow. No, don't go back to my library. Like, get off this page. That's on Steam Next Fest. Don't go back to my library. Do not Google that, okay? All right, we're good.
Close your eyes.
All right.
Feel this ship around you. Listen
I
to
can
her
feel it.
words. Hear the sound of the hand
Oh,
movements
hello.
training in the cargo hold. Her hands cutting the air.
She's standing there naked.
The
What is she doing?
welding of the
Much for being here. I really enjoyed that. They're playing me off again. Dude, what did we talk about? Well, we talked about this. We said that you're gonna wait until my cue. You don't have my cue. You know my cue. You know what it is. I was gonna look at. No, I was gonna gesture towards you. Gesture. This is a gesture. This right here. Oh yeah, that's also a gesture. Yeah, that's a gesture you can make, but it's not nice. Maybe. I'll light a brassiere. I love lighting a good brazier. Dang it. Disabled? I might have to talk to him again because I do not remember what he told me to do. All right, and here we are. It's a thunderous Saturday morning in April 5th, 2025. a thunderous morning. There was it's a lot of thunder at like 4 a.m. And I'm so surprised that Zeke didn't wake up, but I don't think he did. Or if he did, he was like, thunder, and went back to sleep. I don't know what that's like. I laid awake, worried, anxious. Anyway, the Phantom Menace this morning is Larzapan, believe it or not, for the 48th time. Is this the Lars comeback, the great Lars comeback? Maybe. Some are blaming me in chat. You know, you shouldn't blame me for my clock. My clock said 5:55. I clicked it on the dot. I don't know what happened. It had to have been the time change. That had to have been when it got out of sync. But you're right. I mean, it's out of sync with my phone too. So I look at my phone and I was like, what? But I didn't remember Discord actually, AMS. Streamcord remembered Discord, and I freaking love that thing. It's so nice. It's so nice. I was just sitting here thinking as I hit live, I was like, okay, I gotta go. Let me go copy the go live message and start type. And then it hit, and I was like, oh, nice. I mean, yeah, I totally remembered though. I probably would have remembered this morning. It's so nice not to have to think about it. So nice. Anyway, congratulations, Lars. And then here's our check-ins this morning. Ursa Cat, Old School Quarter, Ams, and Banj. Hi, guys. How's it going? You sleep so good through storms? Do you really? I mean, the thunder wakes me up, and then I get anxious about my house falling down. So how do you do that? I think Ashley's the same way. She's like, oh, I love a good thunderstorm. It's like, but the thunder's loud and it's not like it's random. So like there's no like pattern to it. I get rain. I totally get rain. I don't get like crashing thunder. I don't understand why people find that relaxing. Totally understand the rain, but you didn't even know there was a change. It was a few weeks ago now. How would you not have noticed a time change with your kid's school? Or did you just mean like by the minute? Oh, wait, you're talking Discord. Sorry. You're talking yeah, I think it was Reaper who suggested stream because I was complaining about how the one that I was using before, they charge for everything. So I've kicked ME6 out of the server too, by the way. He's gone because everything is like everything in that app. I'm gonna cough. Hang on. Wow, that was a tickle. Ooh, sorry about that. Everything in that app was like paid, and I hate it. I'm just so sick and tired of paying for stuff. Me6 was disguised as Bebo, sure, but he didn't do anything. You know, he didn't do anything. I'm so ready for this morning. I'm gonna turn money into noise and shoot off a truck payment's worth of stuff. Oh no. When you put it that way, it almost seems irresponsible. A whole truck payment. Well, how much is your truck payment though? So we're talking probably like what, $400? $300 to $400. It probably isn't going to take you that long to do that, is it? It's a natural talent. I slept through a hurricane taking out the pub across the road when I was a baby. Wow. Origin story. So ME6 is gone, but Bebo is always with us. You know? We'll always have we'll always have Bebo. But yeah. Let's see. What else is going on? The shift yesterday at work was amazing. Around $200. Okay. That's a good car payment. That's a really nice car payment. I like how most people are seeing their car payments are like $400 or $500, and it's like, oof, how do you do that? See, there's Bebo. He heard you. Yeah, that's a pretty good car payment. It's not so bad. I finished with my pizza slice. You had to guzzle a pizza slice? How do you do that? Your car payment is around £100 per month. How much is that in freedom dollars? 100 pounds per sterling. Oh, 128. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty close to what mine is. I pay a little bit more because I'm trying to pay it down faster. But yeah, like, and I bought like a 2018 Subaru Impreza sedan, very modest little sedan. And then I should pay it off in like maybe not this year, but definitely next year. Definitely next year. You can't overpay on it. You can't pay just a little bit extra to pay it down quicker. Or is it like a lease? I made out like a bandit with my truck. Helps my down payment was 2/3 the value of the truck. That'll do it. Just fast. Forgot to do before stream. I get you. Well, there's code put down 2/3 of the value of the truck. That definitely would help. But I can't overpay my repair bills that are about to come in. No way. I have like 3 medical bills over here I have to pay for all the like blood work and stuff that we've done recently, just to make sure that I'm, just to tell me that I have diabetes. It's not like horribly expensive, but it's like a couple $100. And I'm like, oof, medical bills, right? The insurance did cover some of it, so I guess I can't complain too much, but. All right, well, this morning, I'm happy to say we're going to be jumping into Citizen Sleeper, the very first one. I've had my eye on this game for a while, and I got to tell you, though, outside of like the trailer that I would watch on Steam or Xbox Game Pass, I don't really know that much about this game. I really don't. So I don't know if I'm going to like it. I kind of hope that I'm going to like it. I see right now that there is an achievement that's kind of a spoiler. But there's an achievement here that says the bad ending. So we're going to do that. Oof, why no universal healthcare? Hang on. Oh, whoa. Sorry, I just got dizzy there. Hold on. Yikes, that was weird. Just for no reason, all of a sudden got so dizzy. That's got to be a blood sugar thing. Whew. Anyway, okay. I'm good. Why no universal healthcare? Because people vote against their self-interest, or don't vote at all, or vote for very petty and not well thought out reasons. That's why. Dizzy thinking about how good that universal healthcare would be. Something like that. I didn't eat yet. I don't usually eat in the mornings, though. It's past now. I don't know what that was. That was like, oof. Just all of a sudden, extremely dizzy. Let's see. Should we look up? Should we look up on WebMD? WebMD dizzy. Is it just vertigo? Dizziness can be a sign of low blood pressure. I don't think it's that, or hypotension. Now, how long though? Because that lasted just like, what was that? 10 seconds, maybe? 10 seconds of dizzy. If you're experiencing brief 10-second episodes of dizziness, it could be related to orthostatic hypotension, sudden drop in blood pressure when standing. Benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV. There was no blurred vision. Oh, it does say that you should slowly stand up, drink plenty of fluid. Consider wearing compression stockings. I'm not going to take any of this advice, by the way. This is Google, okay? This is not medical advice for me or for you. I'm just interested. Yeah, they do say low blood sugar could do it. Interesting. I will, I'll keep an eye on that. Okay. Anyway, it's gone. It was literally like less than 10 seconds. Mine is metformin. Metformin is what I'm on. The slow standing is if you're prone to pressure drop from standing up too fast. Gotcha. Ooh, you hear that thunder? Ooh. Ooh. It's definitely cancer. That's the thing. You start Googling stuff and all of a sudden it's like, oh no. Oh no. Not low blood sugar. Low blood pressure would be this if you're standing up. But I don't think I have that problem. I wish. No, that sounds bad. What I mean is I have the opposite issue. My blood pressure is slightly elevated usually than it should be. Yeah, and as Lars said, also that could just be normal. Yeah. It is odd that I was just sitting here and like I could see if like I had just stood up really fast. But, you know, but it passed pretty quick. If I had not been on camera, that probably would have been like, oh, hey, I'm a little dizzy. But like, you know, automatically being on camera, you're like, am I about to pass out right live on Twitch? Is this it? Is this how I go viral? Is my moment finally here? And then it didn't happen. So, you know, dizzy spells can be unnerving. They're very common. Most adults experience an occasional bout of dizziness. Vertigo, sensation of spinning, is also surprisingly common, affecting an estimated 40% of people at least once during their lifetime. That is what it felt like. It felt like I just got on a merry-go-round. Somebody spun me on my merry-go-round, or I spun around in this chair about 4 or 5 times. That is what it felt like. Although it felt that way up in my head, but my eyes, I didn't have like the eye thing where like it feels like you're moving. It was all in my head. Ooh, inner ear issues is a good idea too, because I was prone to
Chuck Norris's
ear
water.
infections
It's
growing
a
up.
roundhouse kick of hydration.
And I think I am still very much prone to ear and nasal infections. You had low BP, 76 over 56. Wow, because of a blood pressure med. Yeah, I felt like poo. We were out with friends and I couldn't play mini golf. Had to sit down and drink fluids. It wasn't until I get home and took my BP to know what was wrong. That's kind of like, I really didn't want to start on BP medication right away. Yeah, it could be sinus related. That's true. I have a lot of sinus weirdness. Been having vertigo since elementary school. I can tell if it's just dizzy or if there's an actual issue. That's kind of nice though, that you can be like, okay, this is just my vertigo, you know? Benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. The thing you tried to pronounce, it's an inner ear thing? Okay. It could be. I mean, I do have headphones jammed into my ear holes. Maybe that's it. Hey, Reaper. Good morning. Okay, everybody. Well, I'm not dizzy anymore, so I think we're good. Wow. Why is it doing that? Not your inner ear, just your ear? Oh no, these are deep. These are deep. It's nice until you're actual dehydrated and can't tell. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the I know that this will probably be triggering for Lars, so I apologize, but it reminds me of the migraines that I'd get occasionally, very rarely. But I'll see spots. And those spots will just slowly get larger and larger until they kind of like fizzle away. And then the biggest migraine would just it feels like somebody's just squeezing the actual brain. And I have to like go into darkness for a while. Well, because I know you have to deal with them like almost every day. And I have to deal with them, I don't know, a couple times a year, maybe. Oh, look at that. I skinned my elbow. Anyway, we should play a game. Not that it would upset you, just that, hey, I'm going to talk about migraines, by the way. But now, the first time it happened, I was terrified. I was like, what is happening to me? I'm losing my eyesight. Like, what is going on? And then I passed out. The first time it happened, I passed out because I didn't know what was happening. So I was panicking a little bit. Passed out and slammed my ear on the side of a railing. And that snapped me out of it. And then, of course, I had a horrible migraine after that. Getting them earphones in deep enough to be in your inner ear. Just to be clear here, migraines definitely aren't a traumatic thing for me. It's just part of life. Well, that's good. That's good. I just didn't want it to feel like I was like, you know, let me tell you about my migraines. And you're like, oh, don't get me started. I can tell you something about migraines. No. Nah, I'm joking. Okay, well, I am gonna do it now. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I hate that it's a part of your life, though, to be honest with you. I know you're probably like, yeah, I know this is what I live with, but I hate that for you, and I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna click play right now on Citizen Sleeper 1. We've been spending enough time here. And I think I've got this all set up and ready to go. We'll see about camera positioning. There it is. Look at that. I booted this up yesterday. And then I also watched a couple of YouTube videos and muted, so I didn't get any kind of spoilers, to see where the best place to put my camera is. And I'm hoping that this is it. Ooh, excuse me. Hang on. Migraines cause traumatic things for me, but weren't traumatic in and of themselves. My first migraine... You got arrested during your first migraine? Well, I say arrested. I wasn't charged. Wow. Out there. I don't know. Causing mischief, Banj. What did you do? If you don't mind my asking, what did you do? Okay. I have no idea what any of this means. So if you've played this before too, let's try to keep like some of the back seating a little bit down. Obviously, kind of like a few other games where let me struggle just a little bit until I'm just like, okay, I gotta ask general questions about it. But I'll probably not be asking any like story related questions. So this is an operator. An operator works with drones and high precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people. It's not me. Hold on, that's not me. An extractor. Extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers are assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. Where's the me class? A machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to the machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. This is an RPG, right? I'm supposed to play... I mean, I guess I'm not supposed to play myself. I mean, I'm leaning towards extractor. I don't know what any of these mean. So it has different... It's an engineer skill. Works with machines and physical tools. Does not work with digital interfaces. Uses strength or strength of will. Does not use that. 0 points in intuit. Approach problems with awareness. And -1 to engage. Approach a problem head on. Work with digital. I guess I'm probably gonna go extractor. I don't know what this is gonna change, but strength or strength of will. The sunbathe dice action allows energy recovery at home. So this is gonna be one of those things that once I start the game, I'll realize what all this stuff means, and I'll be like, why did I do this? I was working a shift at the pub. Was like, I feel real bad, left early, tried to head for home. Then the visual disturbances and tunnel vision started. That's the worst part. I was picked up crawling along the pavement trying to get home. Oh, you poor soul. Police were initially like, damn, you're really drunk. I also smelt of booze because of the pub shift. Yeah. They're like, you're drunk. And I'm like, no, I swear it's the migraine. The visual disturbances and that tunnel vision thing is what scared me the most the first time. Now if it happens, like luckily I can like sit somewhere, turn all the lights off, and maybe even take some preemptive medicine, and that helps a lot. They didn't have a breathalyzer with them, so they took me to the station, did a breath test, and found I was sober. Luckily an officer worked out it was a migraine, and they let me sleep it off there. That's actually that was pretty nice of them. Where in America did this happen? Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. That is scary, but I'm so glad that they took care of you, you know? All right, here we go. We're going extractor. It's loading. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect. The delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. Unknown, where are you? Data, items. Cryo, this is a cryptocurrency. Oh boy, oh great. Stored in the air-walled sticks of memory known as shits. Or is it chits? Shits or chits, chat? Chits or chit? Number 1, shits. Number 2, chats. Chit. No, number 1, shits. Number 2, shits. Which one? Shits or chits? You can't read the font? Oh, I guess, yeah, I guess you can't really, down here. It does look a little hard to read. Kits? Would you call it kits? Lars, would you call this down here the cryptocurrency stored in air-walled sticks of memory known as shits, chits, or kits? You can read unknown. The rest is jumbled? Really? That doesn't help me. I would guess chits. Okay. It's totally chits. All right. Anyway. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Ooh, let's think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach, until you can't tell one from the other. Lots of reading in this one, huh? The cold slips in behind and around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard, at your back and face, cramping your limbs. Cold, hard at your back and face. Okay. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little into your central nervous system. It isn't painful. Not like you used to know pain, at least. I totally get that. Like, I don't consider myself like a truly claustrophobic person, per se, but like, I find if I don't think about it, if I'm in a tight space and I try not to like think about it, because then, yeah. It's hits, the C is silent. It's like an IOU, a reverse IOU. Chits, not shits. All right. The C is silent. I think Mirza is messing with me. Excuse me. Persephone, hello. Good morning. Okay, I don't know why my redeems here still says completing requests. For some reason, guys, I can't see my redeems. Bear with me just a minute. Let me try to refresh this. Okay, I think it's good now. Okay. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with a banal quality of a digital notification. And right now there are thousands of them. Remember the plan, remember the others. Let's remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan, but then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drift away in the chaos, slip into cargo processing, seal yourselves into containers, then just hope the freighter left before you were missed. We're blowing stuff up? We're here collapsing shafts? Some were lost in the shaft. Others never found the meeting point. Only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock, even if, in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach any destination. Wait for the cold or try to rest. Whoa, that thunder. What if all the letters are silent? Then it would be... I think you might be right. Ooh, app-controlled lights. Time to go there weekly to get my party members see the bits. Nah, the T is silent like the chiss. What do we do? Let's try to rest. You are restless. It's been a long time since you left. Surely weeks, maybe months. You're dully or duly? Dully aware of damage to your legs and your right arm. You've been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. Hey, sleeper is in the name of the title. I wish your face was silent. Hey. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest. Time passes. The cold creeps further in. You feel something. I feel like I'm reading a book to you guys. It's kind of cool. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound, too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Ooh. Then light. White as the cold, softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow, a figure appears. You're out. Whoa, we did it. Okay. Dragos, pragmatic salvager. Who's this guy? A pragmatic and private salvager. Okay. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You're slowly coming back to your consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving element of an improvised heater. Okay. Clumsy just checked in. Hi, Clumsy. How's it going? Good morning. What? You feel warmth rolling down your leg. You realized you haven't drank anything. Why is your leg warm? Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say there. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, y'all thawed yet? I'm not gonna give everybody voices. That ends poorly for me. Almost, I'm gonna say. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in the sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of the symbiotically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. That's kind of cute. Look at that little guy. Look at his little legs. Kind of cute. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. I plan to survive. What happened to them? I say. There is going to be a lot of reading, yeah. He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it. To sell yourself to a corporation, and I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now, and you're just software, a rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. Kind of like real life, you know? You nod along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells, the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You're no longer that person. You're an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours has fallen apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and ARP wants to protect their property. But if they can't keep a hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down. Separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? Do I have any pills? But for now, sleeper, you were one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. What's the eye? I'm trying, Mersa. I still get some words mixed up. I think that's, I don't know, my processing power. Not noticing any buffering here? Good, Bebo. Thank you. Appreciate you. The eye? What is the eye? It's the station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with. He trails off. It's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling in as much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside you. Emotion? Fatigue? You shakily get to your feet. Nod. All right, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Drago stalks back into the Rex, his drone already converging on a rusting hulk. Plasma flashes, silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Sweet. All right, tutorial. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. What if I don't wanna? That's all I can do. Okay. I don't wanna. You can't make me. I wanna click something else. Okay, fine. Here's my home. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. Let's rest. Let's do it. All right. You wake, curled up in the corner of the container, and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its messages readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are on this ruined station millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. And after all this, what matters? Escape, getting answers, building a life. I think building a life. Because like, what am I escaping to? Who am I? What have I got to live for, you know? What have I got to escape to? Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything, there's a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you need to learn how to survive. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. I wonder if that's the medicine I'm supposed to be taking. Maybe. What are these little dancing guys? It's a little wiggle. It's little wiggles. All right. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. Yummy, damp wood coffee. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring, like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. Ooh, look at the little ship over here. That's cool. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these images, and it's long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. That's totally like coffee, huh? Or like some kind of medicinal tea. It'll probably give you the chits. True. True. Okay, what is this? Tutorial, condition, action dice, and energy. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further action and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. 3. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. That's this one here. Okay, yeah. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm pretty hungry. Here's my action dice. Flickering is my condition, right? Ooh, look at that. That's kind of weird. When I move the mouse, the screen moves a little bit. All right, let's leave. All right, Dragos. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor, you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps. Good to hear. Oh, the drone is talking. He's not talking? Is it the drone? Good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So, I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Chit-chat? Back with coffee and brekkies, Sabine is tearing up the hallway with the zoomies. I love the little kitty zoomies. Smokey gets the zoomies even still sometimes. Not as much as he gets older, but definitely when he was younger, he would run and then stop on his haunches and then go ruff and then run again. It's so cute. He does do it occasionally still. I'm just gonna say sure, I'm ready to work. All right then, he nods. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards and to the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper, you'll be used to manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. I'm sorry, can you tell me, is it chits or chits? These, he pulls a handful of small metal bars, air-walled cryo, isolated from the market. It's what we use for trade out here. He stuffs them back in a pocket. I steal them. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I owe a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, the drone hopping along ahead of him. See you later. Awake, but at what cost? What cost, Ghost? Good to see you, though. Whoa, Bebo. I'd like to reverse your nerd poll? What do you mean? What are you gonna do to me? That sounds like something my ex said. I'd like to reverse your nerd poll. Wow. I'm blushing for some reason. I don't know what that means. It looks like it's time to get to work. That's most definitely Ghost's fault. Maybe. It's not like the worst thing he said, right? Yeah, I made this. I made it. All right, Dragos' yard, decaying scrapyard. I guess that's all we can do, huh? Actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. It is cleaner than what he said to Ams, for sure. It's a little more like innuendo, which I'm fine with. A little more innuendo than it was like actually just, you know, Yeah, this is definitely still tutorial. I have no idea what like the gameplay is gonna be. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. So we're gonna grab our action dice, we're gonna bring it down. Hull dissection. Even the rustiest hull can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 outcomes. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Action dice effect as follows. Okay, so this is 100% chance positive, 50% positive, 25% positive, 50 neutral, 25 negative, and this is 50-50, straight 50-50. Okay, so you probably want to save like your 100% positive for like really important stuff, right? Actions displayed here, information about their type, risk level, and skill, and modifiers that apply to that action. Type, repeatable action, either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Safe, risky, or danger, makes sense. Safe, no loss of condition. Negative, there's a negative outcome, means cryo or energy loss, and then condition loss. And even neutral gives you a loss to cryo or energy. 3, the skill that this action requires, either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. And that's where I have my plus bonuses to the action dice, depending on what I have. Okay, that makes sense. How many chits does nerd pole reversal cost? Probably quite a few if I had to guess. Okay, so here we go. This is the gameplay.
Another war.
35 months? Elf, 35 months. Holy cow. And thank you for checking in. Thank you so much for that. Wow. You're definitely up there. You're up there with like Jordan's. You've got to be like still one of the longest subscribers still. I appreciate that. Thank you. Ghost, thank you for checking in as well. Okay, so I was about to say something and I forgot. Oh, we need a new subscriber sound. I think we're gonna change away from the nonsters. I've already made the change to the Discord, but I gotta find a new subscriber sound. So I'm taking any and all advice on that. All good advice. I mean, we could have him say something just like, welcome to the club, or something like that. That could be kind of funny. Welcome to the club. All right, repeatable action. Both of these are repeatable. Dragos is tied up in something ugly, and if he misses a payment or two, that's a cycle thing. Every salvager knows that they always just one lucky haul away from the next big payday. All right, I guess we're just gonna try something. Let's do a safe one, okay? Let's start with a safe one. Let's go here. 50% positive, 50% neutral. I think that feels pretty good. What does this one do? 25% positive, 50% neutral, 25% negative. Maybe I should use this one first, because this is just gonna take some time to sort and cut your way through the towers of salvage, but you're no stranger to hard labor. We're starting the action. Back in business. All right, actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions on how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something, good or bad, is about to happen. Some clocks, such as one tracking Dragos's debt, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. Got it. Okay, continue. A bell over a cafe door. Bum, 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 bum. That's nonsense. None saying, how many chits is that? With any pronunciation of chits in a randomizer. Chits, chits, chats, hits. The C is silent. Back into my cage. Gotta get to work soon. Ugh. Sorry about work, buddy. Lurking, gonna get Mersa in his cage and feed. Oh man. It's gonna make me crave Korean cafe food I see in dramas. All right, what did we get from that? Here, no, whoa, stay there. Items, we got 10 cryo, is that what we just got? Okay. I mean, should we go ahead and try the risky one with our 100% positive? Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. Let's go. Why does that say find a doctor? In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button at the top left of the screen. Okay. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Use the mouse wheel to scroll along the station, or W and S. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck. Boom. Which message? Was it about the tutorial? We are still in the tutorial, although I think we just finished it. So I think now we're actually playing. Okay, so we have a cycle clock here. His debt clock is here. Survive. I'm gonna keep survive. And then let's go back. Let's leave this area. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Let's look at the station, see what we can find. There's my home. There's Dragos's yard. This is Dock C4. What did it say? A what wet dock? Rotunda wet dock. This is the rotunda. Dock B2. Bright Market. There's the marker saying that this is part of my thing. Not the very old message. It would be fitting. Which one? I read the bell over a cafe door, but I didn't understand what you meant. Yeah. Low end gate, passage into the low end. Okay, we can't go any further up there. All right, well, let's go here and see what the market's like. Explore the market. This is Intuit and this is an Engage. The smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the Bright Market make it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. So this is risky, but this is also dangerous too, huh? Why wander when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the Bright Market? All you need is the courage to approach them. Talk to people or figure it out on my own? Which one do you guys think I'm more likely to do? Well, no, I understand what the little bell is, but I don't understand the context in which we bought it up. That's it. But that's pretty common for me. I mean, you know. Welcome to this non-denominational cult. Yes. Oh, for the follow message. Okay. You know, the question that I asked and you answered. And then I was just like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? A bell over a cafe door. I like that sound. Okay, it all makes sense now. I do like that as like a little subtle, like, yeah. That actually wouldn't be too bad. What about for like a follow, but for the subscription itself too? But for the follow, that's not a bad idea. Because what do we have now? We have Obi-Wan saying hello there, which is fine. You know, it's fine. But I like that. Yeah. Was that a Jesus post? They're making the rounds. No, it was some best viewers at whatever.com. Are they making the rounds? A little ding for a follow. Yeah. Just ding. I would like to find a way, and I wish that they would bake this in somehow. But I wish there was a follow where it's like, don't notify the streamer that I just followed. Because I totally get that some people don't want to be called out. A lot of other people do, though. So it's always hard to know, you know? What about a cartoon non with dollar signs in his eyes like a Looney Tunes character? It goes, ooga, ooga. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Still loses sound of it. God, I wish I had thought of that. I really legitimately wish I had thought of that for an April Fool's joke. The timing was bad because I was at work. But like next year, guys, next year on April Fool's Day, I am going to just redo my entire stream to be the Lutz Magoots stream. I'm going to steal everything. And then I'll go get like a black haired wig or dye my hair or something like that. And just pretend to be Lutz Magoots. Gosh, that would take so much work, but it'd be so funny. Be so funny. I'd have to shave though. Oh no, I could wait. When he has a beard, he's got that black beard. I could just dye my beard black. God, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. Anonymous alerts. Well, like the follow alert isn't anonymous though, right? And like a lot of people do like, you know, being noticed. That's kind of like the Twitch culture. There are some people who don't, but all right, what do we do? Do I explore or do I ask? Let's see what happens. Danger. It's 50-50. 50-50 asking a stranger. I do feel like asking a stranger is a much better than just wandering. Let's do it. Ooh, local knowledge. Look at that positive outcome. We got local knowledge. Look at that. It filled it up. The bright market is the busiest part of the eye's lower rim, but you can find anything you want here. All right, so now I don't need to do anything else here. I can just leave. Data. I can just leave, I guess. I guess I'll learn what it is I discovered. Oh, I discovered a doctor. Sabine? Did that say Sabine? Next comes a call from the enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you're here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer at the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying hab block have all made the long queue a test of your nerve. But your options are few, and without a supply of stabilize your body, your body will, you know. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself, like a fidget toy. Let's just look at the enforcer. How about that? Well, maybe he won't like that. I don't know. Then we could do spooky after that. Every April Fool's take on a different streamer. That would be pretty funny. What about getting a pic of Lutz and doing a PNG tuber of Lutz, like a flapping head like a Canadian in South Park? That could be an option if I can't pull off the Lutz look. Follow alerts can be anonymous. It doesn't have to have the user and whatnot. And in a way you can still welcome them, but do it impersonally enough so that the lurkers aren't bothered by the new chatter follow. So I guess you could just say, oh, thank you for the follow, and just not say the name. That's, you know, yeah. I just don't know how many people that really are like, oh, I hate it when streamers do that. I know there are some people versus the people who love to have the call out. You've had yours anonymous for a while? Interesting. Okay. So like if a raid comes in and somebody from the raid follows, you just do like a basic, like, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. That kind of thing. You don't like call out. Very common on Twitch because hate raids and all that. Oh yeah, so like you don't accidentally say somebody's like problematic name. That's true, and sometimes they're clever. More for my protection for me than anyone else. I can see your point. You suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. That's right, we're gonna look at the enforcer. The enforcer is looking down the corridor and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He's there to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. He's mean. His broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops, like drops of Jupiter. Subsidiary sense input or aesthetic markers, you aren't sure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at the queue. Yeah, that's me. That's what I would do. After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway, and you catch a distant voice. Send in the next one, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of the Bright Market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. For a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. I had a week of hate raids earlier this year. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. Train, what a trash band. Sorry, not sorry. You don't like Train? Multi-platinum hit Train? Hey, Soul Sister? Ain't that Mr. Mister on the radio, stereo? The way you move ain't fair, you know? That Train? Why do I know all those lyrics? Come sit, says a sharp voice. Look, it's Sabine. Look, it's Sabine. Calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, they blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit, they gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. Oh, sadness. Yeah. It looks like they're leaning into the they pronouns too. There's Mez. Hi Mez, thanks for checking in. Good to see you. And there's True Kelt. What's up, buddy? They make fun of people who don't sing perfectly on pitch, yet the lead singer can't sing in tune with auto-tune. Are they on like one of those shows? Are they on like they were on American Idol. The lead singer of Train was making fun of someone for being pitchy. The pitchy guy was a lot more in tune than the Train singer. Something about throwing stones in glass houses. Something about that. Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't tell if they were using they just because like we don't know who this person is yet and they haven't introduced themselves. So maybe that'll change. But as of right now, that's what they were using. How long have you been on the station? They asked, a scanner still to their eye. I haven't been here. This is literally the first cycle. Well, I guess I have been here a few cycles because I was asleep. Okay, a few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm gonna start by assuming you don't know anything. Good starting point for me. That is a great place to start. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, like a lot of times, like on those shows, and we got to remember this is a. I'm not saying that he's not a jerk. He probably is, if you're willing to do that for money. But like, you know, they're trying to make TV, and like most of the time, that is not reality. They are being as fake as fudge. But I said fudge. That doesn't excuse him if he's a horrible human being anyway, but imagine taking money to pretend to be mad at people. They nod. It's good you came. Oh, we already... sorry. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. That's great. That's true. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNARP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with a stabilizer, one which SNARP remains the sole producer of. Sound familiar? Yes, it does. Good. That may help. May it? They swap to the other arm to your other arm, running some thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. Am I trembling at their touch? I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch or the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and Epson ARP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks up as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help, they sigh, and you see the darkness under their eyes, hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Torisho outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan? Yatagan. They were influential in the low end. They give me this space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. But Yatagan has connections, smugglers from the Stalwart Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. What am I going to owe them? Sabine sets down their slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it'll be expensive, but I think we can do it. Why are you helping me? Sabine walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. Okay. Maybe, but I recall there being a lot of controversy back then over it, and every live footage of him singing has been bad. If it was for the show, it was a bad idea because it turned myself and my friends off their music. Yeah. I'm listening in on the stream, but I'm also removing some wallpaper. This is a great stream to be like listening in on, I think, because there's a lot of reading and not like a lot of like visual gameplay. The visuals are beautiful, but like there's not like a lot of gameplay happening. So this is a perfect one to do that too. Have fun. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. I must save Sabine. Okay. Wait for Sabine to acquire the stabilizer. Ooh, food? Is this food up here? Street food vendor. Let's see if we can get some food. Emphas is busy, his broad face uplit, by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok, his other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red-flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You had me at thick chunks of marinated fungus. Gimme that. Gimme that. I want that. This is good for listening. It's 11 p.m. and already in bed. Already? I go to bed way earlier than that, typically. Yeah, this feels a lot more like kind of like a pen and paper RPG. Kind of, and you're clicking around, moving dice, using dice, you know? Or even like you could even do this as like a board game almost. You want to play modded? Boots up Minecraft, let's go. Yeah, it could be hard to make some clips, that's true. That's okay though. You got heavy mods on Prominence 2. It's a hard pack, no innuendo. Sure. I don't have the patience right now. All right, you watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with a bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stick of jits rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Let's approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose their stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cutting through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn, and you shuffle to the front. Emphas speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thank him. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy, the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire, and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Emphas says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear, a hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Let's tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container, the endless cycle spent within it. Now it seems you tell him like some dream that you once had, but can never forget. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but never forget. Sometimes like the sentences get jumbled up in my mind before I read them. One of the packs where it's a better end and the dragon is going to be extra difficult. You also need to get different types of eyes for the portal. That is pretty cool. Interesting. Interesting. You're going to chop down a redwood forest? That's right, I'm causing global warming in Minecraft. I am playing Stardew and I thought my mouse was glitching. The scroll wheel kept going. And I just found out it was my controller. Died in the mines because I couldn't get my sword. Oh no. Oh no. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you, and you're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually, you tail off, running out of words. That's typically how most of my conversations end, with a like, but anyway, you know, okay, but you know. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time, we can talk some more, he smiles. But next time, you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner's side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. They'll always be back. Look at that. There, our hunger meter went up. Excellent. All right. I don't know if that like matters right now because I only have one more. I only have one more left, but I assume going to bed hungry is probably not a great idea too, right? Let's see. I have 25 chits. I have no data. Doc B2. All right, let's go into Dragos' shipyard again. We might as well use my final one, right? Let's do a safe one because, well, it's 50-50. What do you guys think? I got a 50-50 dice left. I can go risky. Oh, wait. This one's going to be 25% positive, 50% neutral, 25% negative. I kind of like those odds. So those are my odds for this risky one. For this safe one, my odds are basically 50-50. Like, I'm definitely going to pass this one. It's either going to be positive or neutral. So, like, everything's going to be fine there. Do I take a risk or do I take a 25% chance of... Yeah, 75% is pretty good. Of either something good or just neutral. It's pretty good. Never tell me the odds. I'm leaving. Glue leave. You told me the odds. I gotta get out of here. All right, let's try it. Oops, come on. Start. Yeah, positive. Back in business. Plus 15 cryo. We got 40 freaking dollars, guys. Build a ship mind. Get to know Emphas. Repay Dragos. Pulled you out of the salvage and set you up. Perhaps you can repay his kindness in time. Okay. We're gonna keep survive. Wait for Sabine to acquire the stabilizer. Emphas loves two things, stories and food. Maybe if you supply him with both, you can hear his story. Okay. Build a ship mind. You've heard talk of a fabricator owned by the Ord Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mind core. Interesting. All right, we're gonna leave this. So we're out of dice, which basically means we need to quit for the day. Let's go see what's in the shipyard though. So shipyard, I can assist a shipbuilder. I can't right now because I'm out of, but you know, later. The only way to get to know the shipyard is to work there. No tourists here. Okay. We'll come back. We'll come back. So it's all about using your dice in a smart way. All right, we are going to. Ooh, if I had any dice left, I can come back home and do a perk, get a perk. Your frame's photosynthetic skin allows you to gather energy through sunlight. The longer you stay, the better. Interesting. It's Knock Knock. Hi, Knock Knock. Who's there? Never tell me I'm odd. Well, I mean, people tell me that all the time. I need to deep dive the name Sabine now. Really? It does seem to show up a lot, doesn't it? All right, let's end the cycle. I'm not expecting deliveries, and I was lunging daily, and one of the day. Lunging. It's time. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeletal ring, surrounds you. Huh? For a moment, you're gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions, as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station, no, you feel the station. Like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Do I observe the smooth black liquid or do I touch it? I didn't think I had a body right now though. Sounds like I'm like connecting to the station. I'm gonna observe it. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you see/feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It is a looped cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into space. It's an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It's a system, a map, and a territory all at once. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden, everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open in the dark to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there, the station splayed out across your mind, a storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. Whoa. All right, I only get these dice now. Should I try to get some sunlight? That's 50-50. What about this one? I don't know if I want to use that though. I get a perk called Sunbathe, which I don't really know what it is yet. Let's not do it right now. Let's save it for right now. And let's go see if we can find out something else to do here. So we're still got Rotunda Wet Dock. I haven't been there yet. We're still waiting for Sabine on this. So let's do... We could track... We should probably track his debt. There it is. Okay. So if you don't do enough work here each day, his debt timer is gonna go off and you won't be able to complete it. So you have to like manage all of these like different tasks that you have. All right, let's just do a risky 100% positive action. That'll give us the most payoff. Back in business, we're almost done with that. Plus 15 cryo, we got 55. Let's see. That one's pretty safe. Let's use this one. Okay. Back in business and cryo. Okay, cool. That means that should be done then. Every salvager knows they're just one lucky haul away from their next big payday. All right. So I guess we filled that up. I don't guess I need to do anything else there today. In this cycle. I should probably eat, maybe? Let's go see if we can talk to Emphis. Order fungus. Oh, you have to have an action dice to order fungus. Emphasis spiced fungus is one of the few things potent enough to stimulate your limited taste sensors. It's incredible stuff. Fungus fan. Emphis doesn't trust people easily, but he notices regular customers in his own quiet way. So I probably have to come here like 4 times, huh? Oh no, I have to input cryo. Never mind, I don't need dice, just 15 cryo. Well, there you go. Here, take this, Emphis. We got energy, we got a fungus fan. We added to the fungus fan and we lost 15 cryo. Nice, okay. I like that though. Low end gate. Pay the toll, 60. I don't have enough for that. After some spacers caused some trouble in the low end, Yadigan have imposed a toll for entry. No one gets in without paying. Well, we're not gonna pay that right now. I don't need to do that yet. We're still waiting on you. What about hardware exchange? What can we do here? Play the exchange. The flow of chits and components in the exchange is complex, but a sharp eye and some tight trades can net you a good margin. Okay, that's gonna be risky. The order exchange is always hungry for new hardware to buy up, break down, and sell off, and you are happy to supply it. Scrap components. I don't have any scrap, so we're not gonna do anything here right now either. I could go for a spiced mushroom right now. Me too. I think I'm gonna make some breakfast after this morning. I'm craving like some. I hope we have some avocado. I don't know if we have any avocado. I want like eggs and avocado and maybe some like whole grain toast. Ooh, with some butter. Sounds really good. What do you call a droid that's invisible? C3P. That's pretty good. Like you're finding some like really good ones. See-through PO. That I'm so jealous. Like, can you write this book? Can you write this book? It'd be really funny if this was, you know what? Okay, I'm just gonna say there's a couple of coincidences here, guys. This was written by Kelly Knox, Knox. Someone in chat has the name Knock Knock and has some of the best Star Wars jokes. Are you Kelly Knox? Have you infiltrated the community? That'd be wild. It's all a conspiracy. Yes, it's all coming together. It all makes sense now. All right. Enough of that. Okay, I think we got 1 dice left. So should I have used this earlier? Maybe, but I kind of want to see what it does. So let's just see. Maybe I should have used it at the beginning of this shift, but all right, there we go. We just get more energy. Okay. Okay. We have more energy now, but we don't have any dice left. Can we get more dice somehow? Oops. Complete active scenes to proceed. We have active scenes, huh? Okay, which scenes are active? Bum, 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 bum. I guess this isn't. Oh, there we go. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, ain't she? Drago stands on the side, focused on the hulking ship as it's lowered into the yard. She is, I say. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened, I ask. What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. No, what happened with the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg? C-A-L-V-I-N-G, calving? I've never heard that word. An iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, you wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the Essen Arp freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse, ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Interesting. Why are you saying bye to Kelt, Bebo? Don't chase people away. Goo, TM. Morning, Clumsy. I'm not. Looks around. It'd be pretty funny. It'd be pretty funny if you're like, actually, you know, not to dox myself, but that is me and I wrote that book. That'd be wild. That would be wild. Drago squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side. Winter Light. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting and then slip out of the yard. You suddenly feel cold in the empty passage. That's pretty cool. Bebo's forcing people out, I guess. Diet winner? Huh? You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen, right where you guys cannot see. That's great. All right. Wow, this is a lot. Skills. We have 1 point to spend. Gain a chance to gain random scrap item on engineer actions. Transfer intercept, chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Photosynthetic skin, I do have that already on. That's a +2. So I can't do that because I only have 1 point. Thrill Seeker, chance to change energy after any engage. I guess I'd probably do scrap right now. I think I'd do scrap because I don't have any. I haven't been able to find any scrap yet. So there we go. We've spent our point and we're back. Because jokes are funnier when I explain them. They are. I love when people explain jokes to me. Yeah. You're punny. You're so punny. Gosh. All right, I think that's all the story stuff, or is there story here? Salvage sortie. It takes several cycles to reach the starward belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Okay. What's this? Helion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Helion system are rare, but those that do always return. Eventually. Ugh, what does that mean? What does that mean? All right, let's go home. All right. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. We're leaving. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Again, the skeletal ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights, like stars reflected in a winter lake. It is clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Are you a panda ghost? Because I'm yelling bamboo. Boo. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There's so many layers, so many loops, that it seems almost impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Let's focus on the nodes first. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all of this flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle, dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There is so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange to see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions, as if they were tied around you. Do we pull on the first thread or the second? I'm leaning towards the second thread, just to be different, you know? Why wasn't Princess Leia married before she met Han Solo? She was looking for love in Alderaan places. I think that one's in this book. I don't have it memorized. You know, I don't have the references memorized like the Bible just yet, but I'm working on it. I think that one might be in the book. I'm gonna pull on the second string. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above the strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you. Tasting you. You heard that right, tasting. Don starts quoting the book in casual conversation like Bible verses. Well, as it says in Star Wars Dad Jokes, page 49, you may just be looking for love in Alderaan places. I gotta see what page 49 is now. Hold on. Hold. Come on. Page 49 says, which planet is the scariest in the galaxy? Naboo. So not quite, but. Question, do I buy Terraria? I already have Terraria. I could get down with a Terraria addiction. It's been a long time. I could kind of get down with Terraria addiction again. I've had Terraria for a long time. Long time.
Shoot. Guys, I was supposed to go to work today.
I gotta go. Oh no. No, I don't. It's Saturday. Nice try. I can tell you what page it's on. Just kidding. Because I wrote it. It's you. It's Kelly Knox. We have a celebrity in our midst. Ursa, I could kind of be, can we, I could kind of be down to play, I could kind of be down to play Terraria co-op. To play some multiplayer. Have you ever played before? It's been a long time since I've played, but I was into it for a long time. It's pretty Minecrafty. It's like it's like a 2D kind of side scroller type thing. Oh man, I just spent so much time building castles and I think it's a great game. And I actually thought about it. I thought about it before. I thought about it a couple weeks ago, actually. I was like, oh, well, when this whole stuff about Starbound was going on, there's something about the developer of Starbound recently, wasn't there? And it made me think like, oh, I always kind of wanted to play Starbound, but I never got around to playing it. And then I was like, oh, it's kind of like Terraria in space. And then I was like, oh, Terraria. Oh my gosh. So many memories. You can't get into the Minecraft server you wanted this morning. It's not ours, is it? Do I need to go check on our server? I do need to see if I can update ours. Oh, speaking of that, sorry to get distracted here, but we were at work yesterday, and my boss was telling about his kid who likes Minecraft, so we were bonding over that, and somebody was like, man, that Minecraft, like even older people like that game. And I was like, shoot, I'm 38 and I still play Minecraft. And one of the guys from the company we're working with like looked down, he's like, wait, you're 38 years old? He's like, and I was like, yeah. He's like, 1986? I'm like, yeah. He's like, we're the same age. He's like, and I also play Minecraft. And I was like, really? That's awesome. I was like, I have a server and everything. And he just goes, that's cool. And then he goes back to work. He didn't say, oh, I'd love to play with you on your server one day. But he's just like, that's cool. Anyway, so this system right here, we're going to... So I've almost made a friend. We're very close. We're very close to being friends. He's kind of a genius. Everyone in that room has referred to him as such. Like an actual genius. And he likes Minecraft and he's 38. So, you know. Yeah, Minecraft just got updated. I need to update the server. I don't like that one. Poor Michael J. Fox. I don't know. Was he a good guy though? Oh yeah, I shouldn't. Sorry, I shouldn't talk about age. I'm sorry. Was Michael J. Fox like a good guy? You were 38 once. Don't tell me that. I gotta stop it. My mods are gonna get me in trouble. Okay, as they should. Because then I normalize it, right? I normalize other people talking about their age, and I shouldn't do that. My bones ache. All right, anyway, I'm gonna pull the first thread now. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They're in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. Someone's coming. He's still alive? Wait, no, didn't he die? Wait, am I? Whoa, I'm so sorry. Wait, I thought he died. Did he not die? I'm so sorry. What am I thinking of? He's still alive. Okay. Wow, I just Mandela affected myself because I'm like, oh yeah, he kind of pretty recently died. But no, he didn't. Wow. Wow. Quit saying I'm dead. Why did I have that in my mind? I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. He makes fun of himself frequently. I like that he has a good sense of humor for sure. I definitely see that in him, that he has a good sense of humor. Isn't it a Mandela effect, not a Mandela? Oh, God, I don't know. It changes every month because we're shifting time zones. 38-year-old Minecraft players rise up. Yes, exactly. It was just funny that I was like, yeah, I run a server and everything, and he's just like, cool. Anyway. I'm sure he didn't mean it like that, and I'm just, you know. Mandela's a common mandala? No, wait. You guys aren't kidding? Wait, are you joking? No, I'm right. Mandela effect. Oh my gosh, you almost... I had to look at it, because if I'm telling you right now, if it was spelled... If it was spelled Mandala or Mandala, I would have lost my mind. I would have been like, what is actually, seriously, what is happening? Like, something is happening to the world. We're shifting again. This is a cool soundtrack. All right, the ship is coming. It's approaching ever closer with each cycle, and I'm running out of time. Time is short. Yeah, named after Nelson Mandela. That's what I thought. But like, seriously, if I had seen that was spelled Mandala, like Mandala, I would have lost my mind. I would have had a break. I would have done, what is it the kids are calling it? Crashing out. I would have crashed out live on stream. I was serious, but apparently my brain made it up. Maybe you're in a different, yeah, maybe you're in like a different reality. I don't know. I don't like really believe that we're shifting realities, but I do think that some of that collective consciousness where we all misremember the same thing together is very fascinating. And there's probably real scientific like reasons for why that happens, you know, cultural psychosis kind of thing, you know, where it's just become so ingrained in the culture that everyone assumed the same thing. And because we're all human, our brain patterns work in very similar ways, so it kind of makes sense that we'd all, if some of us misremember things, we'd all most of us would misremember in a similar way, you know. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced marsala. That's chicken marsala. That's different. The Mandala is my Mandela effect. Yeah. You know, or it could be Occam's razor, right? It could just be that like people misremember things, you know. Hunted. Someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. It won't be long before they arrive. That kind of gives me chills. Oh, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access a data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. Where while there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. Be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. The eye. Oh, that's sick. Oh, what is this? Hang on, let's go all the way down here. Havenage Gate H4. Keynode 0102. Havenage Gate. Or no, agent. We might check that first. Keynode. Another agent. Solheim Gate S7. Keynode. Interesting. What is this? Havenage Gate. Oh, geez, more tutorials. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. They have to match. Okay. If you have a +1 or +2 modifier in the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice that matches the dice displayed. Nice. Once unlocked, the data can be extracted. I do happen to have a dice that matches that. I kind of feel like I need to do it because this is kind of sick. All right. Bypass. Unlocked. Extracting data. We got data. Havenage data. Cache for raw data from Havenage hardware. Interesting. Okay. We extracted that data, so that's all we can do there. Let's look at what hang on, let's look at what this gate is here. Slot Havenage cipher. This gate keeps traffic out of the Havenage shipyard's internal network. The correct cipher can grant you access. It looks like it has to be is it this? No, it's not that. It's got to have a circle around it. Okay. Interesting. Apparently, Luke, I am your father is a common Mandela effect. That one I kind of understand. Yeah, he just says, no, I am your father. Yeah, I kind of understand that one a little bit. I don't think, yeah, that one doesn't trip me out nearly as much as, like, honestly, I'm being honest with you right now. Having grown up on these books, the Berenstein Bears versus the Berenstain Bears is the thing that is the thing that trips me up every time. And the Shazam movie, yeah. The Berenstain is the first one where I was like, no, I remember that. I read those books. Those were my jam. I still remember most of those books. I read those things. I know it's Berenstain. Shazam was that there was a movie with, gosh, what is the guy's name? Chat, be my brain for a minute. There was a movie called Shazam with here, we could just look it up. With Sinbad. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, there's a movie called Kazam where Shaq stars as a as like a genie, right? It looks like this. It looks like this, right? But everybody remembers Sinbad, or wait, which one's the wrong one? Which one is the wrong? One of these was real and the other one was not. Was the Shaq one real? Yeah, the Shaq one was real. The Sinbad one was not. But people remember, like, they remember this same movie with Sinbad in it. Yeah, they're saying the Sinbad wasn't real. The idea of Shazam movie starring Sinbad as a genie is a common misconception, often referred to as a Mandela effect, and it's not true. Sinbad has stated he never made such a movie. What if neither was real? Shazam was real. Wait, Shazam and Kazam? Well, Shazam is now a different movie, but Kazam? So is the Kazam movie was real? Right? Wait. Many people falsely remember a similar... Yeah. Kazam is real. Kazam was a real... I think. Yeah. Right? 1996 American musical fantasy comedy. Even though this kind of also looks like it's not real. If I'm being honest. This still also kind of looks like it's not from this universe. The non-existent film Shazam was reportedly having starred Sinbad as a genie. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. That one doesn't trip me up as much because I don't remember either of those movies, you know? But I gotta tell you, the Berenstain. Here's the thing, okay? Hang on. This doesn't even look right. This doesn't look right. Berenstain just doesn't look right. Berenstain looks right. It's a psychological phenomenon where a group of people collectively recall an event or detail differently from how it actually occurred. Or we've shifted timelines. We're in the bad timeline right now, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. This is the bad one. So the other versions of ourselves are living it up right now with full state-sponsored healthcare and, you know, our first woman president and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Okay, anyway, I can't go down this rabbit hole again. I can't. Kazam was real, but Sinbad did a parody. Did he? I don't even know. Is that true? Excuse me. You're also pulling up Sinbad in my mind when I was a kid? I don't know. I mean, this is why everybody debates it, because it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to use all of my dice down here. Okay, I don't have anything that matches that input anyway, so here's an agent. A Haven Age member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. I need a different one. Okay. All right, well, so we're going to leave this area then. There we go. We're going to come back here, and we're going to help Dragos if we can. Let's see. Danger safe. Forensic trawl. Investigating the Winter Light means picking through its systems and structures with care. It won't pay, but you may find answers. Ooh, 50-50, huh? 25, 50, 25. 50-50. 100% positive. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this one first over here. We're gonna trawl the winter light. Okay. Oh, plus yard clearance, negative outcome. What does that mean? All right, and then we'll do our engineer on the salvage. So hopefully we can get something. Hi Coleman, thanks for checking in. How's your Saturday going so far? All right, I think we can leave this part then. All right, we have no dice left. No dice left whatsoever. Maybe a couple more cycles for Sabine to find that for us. Let's see what else we can do here. We just got to keep eating at emphasis stall. Continue to investigate the wreckage and survive, and building a ship mine, but we have to, yeah, you know how it is. All right. I don't want to pay to go through the gate yet. I don't think. I only have 66 and it needs 60. I guess we might as well order some fungus, huh? Why doesn't Stevie Wonder see his friends? Because he's married. Well, good for Stevie Wonder. I didn't know that about Stevie Wonder. Is Stevie Wonder still alive? Not that I'm wishing that on anybody, but this is how we got started on the Mandela effect thing. I'm not gonna go down that. Yeah. The 2 seconds I've been awake have been good, I suppose. That's nice. How's Citizen Sleeper? It's different than I thought it would be. It's intriguing. I want to know what's going on. I don't have any dice left. I can't do anything else. How do I get more dice? I only ended up with like 3. I want more. So this is all I can do then, basically, is end the cycle and move everything up a little bit. It kind of reminds me a lot of a board game, Coleman, like where like you spend your dice and then each cycle, like everything kind of moves forward. So like this one down here at the bottom, it says that somebody's tracking me and they're on a ship following me here. And so as I complete cycles, this ticks up. And when it gets here, I don't know what's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen. Stevie is 74. He's still alive too. Why am I thinking that everyone's dead? Why am I thinking that?
It's Chuck Norris's water. It's a
I thought you were referring to Comrade Orange Diaper. Oh, you mean the president who blanket tariffed almost every country, including a little island full of penguins, but not Russia? Thank you for the roundhouse kick of hydration. Appreciate you. You mean that one? The worst president of our lifetime? Like, unarguably so? I convinced my mom to dig through those Berenstain books, and she said, no, that's a lie. That's not how you spell it. What, did she go through them? Did she have some old ones? The thing about the Mandela effect, though, is if it's true that, like, it's a theory that we've shifted into different realities, right? Then, like, even checking the books would have changed, too. If our collective, if everything changed, and the only thing that didn't was our collective memory, finding old books won't really change it. They'll be Berenstain, you know, because the books also changed. You know, it makes you think. Let's just say that that's all true, right? Let's dig into the conspiracy here. How many times have we shifted without even knowing it? How many times? Why do we keep shifting into worse and worse realities? I guess somebody's got to do it. Maybe like you have to pay the toll, right? And somebody has to end up in the worst reality. I mean, I think a scarier thought is, what if we're in the good one? What if this is the good one? Or the best one? That's scary. That's pretty scary to think. There's a Stellaris Star Wars mod. I've heard rumblings that there might be a new Star Wars RTS coming sometime soon. And I am not a huge fan of RTSs, but I would definitely play a Star Wars one. I'll check you out, Ghost. Whoa, okay. I woke her up and she's like, the Monopoly monocle was proven wrong, so I will prove this. Oh, wait, is she doing it right now? You texted her like right now? She's doing it right now? Is that what you mean? I thought you meant like in the past you. Oh man, oh man. As you close up, a voice echoes down the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up. Turn. Feng. Feng is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat. He did the whole like hand on the shoulder. Hey, you called her? Wow. Let me know. Let me know what happens. There is a Star Wars game in development by the Detroit Human Peeps, and in the same vein. Really? In the same vein as Detroit Become Human? Whoa, it's Fro. Hey everybody, welcome, good morning. Or good evening, as the case may be for some of you. Playing Neo 2, that's another Souls-like, isn't it? Why do you hate yourself, Fro? Why do you do this? Imagine having to shout out Aussie twice in a row. Did you? That's funny. But thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you guys. We're playing Citizen Sleeper, which is kind of a laid back, chill, pretty game with a lot of dialogue. So I'm trying my best to make it as interesting as possible. But it's kind of a fascinating story so far. I've never played this before. I didn't know very much about it other than it was set in space, and that's usually enough for me to do, you know. Maybe I should play Detroit Become Human. You should play Detroit. Play Detroit Become Human first, because it's not that long. KCD1 is gonna suck you in for quite a while. Fro likes to torment himself. I guess so. Disgusting mod behavior. I like the way you say that. But thank you guys so much for the raid. If you gotta go, totally understand that it's late. You gotta get some sleep. That goes for anybody who just came over. If you want to do that, that's great. And I hope that you have a wonderful night. If you want to hang around with us, though, we're having fun here. We're having a lot of fun. Wait, the creator was problematic of the guy who made DBH is very problematic. But the teaser they put out for Eclipse was so cool. Oh, Eclipse is never happening, right? I don't think Eclipse is happening anymore, right? The teaser was very cool, but it was no gameplay. Quantic Dream, right? And I did not know that about this guy. The website's still up. The website's still here. This is the exact same the website was like a year ago. Download the fan kit. I'm a fan of this game in very early development. I mean, sign up for updates? I haven't heard any. I thought they weren't doing this anymore. Oh boy, come on. Why can't I click in here? Sorry, we're looking at Kazam. We're doing our favorite Mandela effects, by the way. Why can't I click this whole... Okay, this whole page has... Come on, close. Hold on, hold please. Star Wars Eclipse. There we go. Because I thought that this was shelved. The game will be released in 2028 to 2030? Okay. Are you kidding me? The Eclipse reveal was 3 years ago? Why would you reveal a game 3 years ago? Why do you reveal a game 3 years ago that isn't coming out till like 2030? Why? Just stop and make the game. I don't think Eclipse was ever canceled, but that's what Ghost is talking about. Okay. Speaking of problematic, anybody shocked about Russell Brand? Nope. Nope. Saw it coming a mile away. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look at that. I did not know. To be honest, DBH and The Last of Us are both so... Really? Who's DB? What's DBH? They did that with DBH too. They announced it were like silent for 6 years. I guess like an announcement's one thing, like, hey, we're working on this. Oh, Detroit Become Human. Is it really? I kind of liked it. I mean, maybe I didn't catch some of the undertones of it then. Funding. I guess, yeah. I guess that's why you do it. I don't know. Star Wars Eclipse is still on track, says Star Wars Gamers 1 month ago. Well, okay. Man, I just can't believe that was 3 years ago, though. Holy cow. Holy cow. I can't believe it. Detroit game is something you never heard of? Really? I mean, yeah, there was a lot of stuff about white supremacy and racism. In my recollection of the game, at least in how I played it, it was kind of anti that stuff, unless I missed something large. I took it as the sorry, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but I took the fight for their rights as human beings to be an allegory. Yeah, I mean, unless I just didn't pick up on the subtext, because I thought it was actually fully against those things. Unless I missed something, I guess. It's been a long time since I played it. Okay. No one's shocked by Brand. Yeah. You just found out about it last year. It's been out there for a while. Okay. Feng says he grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just wanted to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it that old Erlin said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. We? Erlin? Who's Erlin? I wouldn't share an elevator with Brand. No, like that. I would feel unsafe. You know. It's really hard to turn around and not hit somebody problematic in this. There, as I love seeing OctiP say, as she is known to say, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. The whole thing up and down the chain is deeply problematic, and we should shame the people who are being problematic and not the people who are surviving within a broken system. That's what I say too. But also, like, I think it's your right to be like, here's a thing from someone I don't want to support, and I'm not going to do that. I think you're within your rights to do that, you know? Yeah. David Cage, is that the guy? Has been accused of saying some homophobic and sexist remarks, and that's what I was talking about. I have not heard that. Okay. Yeah. Within your rights. I didn't say, if I said that, that's not how, no, but you're right. It is fully your right to do whatever boycotting, whatever, choosing not to consume certain things for whatever reason you want that to be. But let's not lose sight of the fact that the bad people are the people doing the bad things, not the consumers. It's the people doing the bad things. At the end of the day, that's where the blame should lie. But yeah, you definitely shouldn't. I like what Coleman says. You shouldn't ignore it and not acknowledge it. I agree with that for sure. That's why I don't like fully hate when we bring things up about like, hey, by the way, so-and-so said this or did this, and that's problematic. And that's why every time that comes up, I say, well, that's horrible. That sucks. We shouldn't do that, you know? That's horrible. It was a big part of your childhood too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, JK is an interesting character in this whole foil because it's like, it isn't just that there's some like rumors going around that they were problematic or they said some things back in the past. It's like they're actively doing that right now. So it's a little easier for that one. It is hard too, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't get raised with Harry Potter because I was on the side where Harry Potter was evil for different reasons. And now, it's evil for different reasons. You know what I mean? Like I was on a different side of this issue, but you know, I know a lot of people in my age and a lot of my friends who grew up with that stuff, and it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that it's been tainted the way that it has been. He looks down the passage. What was it old Erlin said? Oh, sorry. I read that. Erlin. You pass together into the main walkway. No one has ever told you about Erlin? He's the founder of this place. That's why it bears his name. Erlin Eye or Erlin Station, is that what it's called? Haven Age should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department though. I'm with systems. Haven Age. I heard that name in the system. Yeah, goblins being bankers, Asian women being called two last names. One of the few canonically black characters was called Kingsley Shacklebolt. Yeah, her naming convention was really bad. It was like, woof. Yeah. Plus an Irish kid making everything blow up. I guess I don't get that. Yeah, the Kingsley Shacklebolt thing is, yeah. I guess the signs were there. I guess they were there. It's just it is very sad because it is such a big part of a lot of people's lives. And it's not a horrible story either about bravery and friendship and self-sacrifice. Like it's like, you know, it's a good story at its core, but there's just all these, they just had to go and ruin it, you know? When I was a kid, I bought Metallica CDs until they sued Napster. Then I pirated the rest. I'll show you. All right, what is Haven Age? Think of us as an administrative association for the Eye. Depending on who you talk to, we either emerged as a response to or a continuation of Andrari Erlin's original union. Geez, that's a sentence. He smiles. Personally, I avoid the topic. Why? What did he do? What did Andre Erlin do? He stops you in the quiet passage. Look, this is not what I'm here to discuss. I've been seeing some unusual network activity and, well, I know a little bit about you sleepers. I have a small proposition for you. He glances around, but this is not the place for it. I'm being propositioned, guys. How many shits are for a taint reversal? I don't know, probably 40. The Asian thing goes deeper than the last names were from Asian cultures that were different racial backgrounds of the characters. That were different for the racial backgrounds of the characters. LimeWire, the good old days. Oh geez, or is it both, Ghost? Could be both. Or neither. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, and then when you're settled in, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. And he walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Well, he's interesting. Interesting. Let's see where he's at. Are we ready? I think we're ready to go back to Sabine. I think we're ready to go talk to the doctor again. You still have some burned CDs. Nice. I have a couple of those too. Quite a few, actually. I thought it would cost $69. Well, that'd be too easy. Too easy of a joke. Also, I didn't think about it. I've been trying to do a TLDR on the troubles in Ireland and England, and it's not coming together in less than an angry paragraph. Okay, so there's something there. I do remember something about the name of a drink called the Irish Car Bomb and how that was linked to like some stuff as well. I remember that I remember hearing about that a few years ago. Not that it happened a few years ago. V19 torrents are so cool. I agree. Will always be many, many angry paragraphs. There's so much about this world that I don't know. And ignorance isn't like an excuse, but it's like there's also a lot to know, and it's hard for anybody to do that. I just also think with like putting your brain space in the like let's find all the deeply problematic things that have happened in the past. make sure you take care of your mental health when you do that stuff too. Not that any of you aren't, but like that can be deeply draining. If like you look at the world and you just see the bad all the way down, it doesn't mean we shouldn't look at that stuff, but like I hope y'all are also like taking care of your own mental health and taking that seriously, because that can be so dark. Like that can just be so dark. And it's kind of a race to the bottom, because you can, if you want to find it, you'll find it. That's not an excuse for any of it, but if you want to find something problematic, you will definitely find it. You will find it everywhere. And that's sad. That's really sad. The name is changed. It's a Dublin drop now. Okay. Because of that. Yeah, I wonder where I heard that. It was probably on a St. Patty's Day thing a couple years back where I heard like, oh, we don't call it an Irish car bomb anymore. We call it this, you know. This helps my mental health. My amazing knock-knock jokes, Ghost. Exactly. We got to have a couple of knock-knock jokes here. Modo, thanks for checking in. Hey, happy belated birthday to Modo. And thanks for checking in there. Yes, we always have to have some amazing knock-knock jokes to make sure that we stay mentally fit. That doesn't mean we shouldn't look into this stuff and we shouldn't pay attention to it, because we absolutely should, but also take care of yourself, because it's a dark path to go down to always be looking for the negative in like everything, because you will find it. All right, so we're back in the hab block. The first thing you see on entering is the glint on Torichel's implants, like a cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark, and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it. Sabine stands with a case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again they trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. So I'm the test case? Instructions unclear. Spiraling over the Kazam.
It's Chuck Norris.
Kazam was done wrong.
It's
Justice for
roundhouse
Kazam.
kick of hydration.
Darth Path, like the dark side, exactly. I mean, kind of, yeah. The cloak is pretty cool, yeah. It's like transparent. Honestly, for me, it's weird when people think that I, for example, am looking for the negative in everything. Like, it's just part of the whole, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, necessary to figure out the objective viewpoint. Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it's definitely, I'm not necessarily talking about you directly. I just think that, like, it's just such a messed up world. And that is not a way of me trying to justify it or say stop looking into it. I just hope everybody is also taking into account their own mental health in that. I've just seen some people go down like a nihilistic route when that's what they look for, you know. But I don't think that's necessarily you. Yeah. I don't have my glasses on, but the cloak looks like a cicada bug. Oh, like the skin that they shed. Martian. Okay, wait, Coleman, how do you say this name? I've been saying Martian Row. Martian Row. How do you say that? Because I've only ever read it. And I'm so far behind on my High Republic, it's not even funny. You always got to ask, where's the poop? Yeah. About that way? Okay, good. I feel like I've heard people say it several different ways, and it's so hard because it started in a book, so it's Markion Row. I haven't read it either in so long. I have 2 books still, like physical books I haven't been able to finish. I've been thinking a little bit about like how much I'm on my phone just in my daily life. Like, Kel, I hope you have a wonderful day. I've been thinking about how much I'm on my phone in my daily life and how much I need to like try to kill this habit of just doom scrolling stuff, you know? Like scrolling through algorithmically curated feeds of crap. Like, I don't know. I pronounce chits with 5 silent letters. I should too. The next time it comes up in the game, I'm just gonna skip it because you'll know what I'm saying. Instead of buying games, I'm just going to play the pirated ones I haven't yet. I'm not a big pirater. I don't know. I get it. I mean, we just talked about ethical consumption under capitalism and how there is none. But like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying not to get on my high horse about that. There's no reason. Putting a timer on TikTok helped my screen time so much. I think, yes, I've done that in the past, and then I just end up skipping the alarm. I think what I just should do, honestly, is like keep it in a different room somewhere, you know? What's up, Zeke? Hi, bud. What you doing? Well, same, watching on Twitch Mobile. Not me, though. You guys are gonna watch this. Yeah. Where's what? Is she in her room? Did you check her bedroom? You want to go check? Stretching, he's stretching. Okay, I gotta hydrate. You're right, 4 minutes ago. So you do it like demos, huh, Ghost? Hydrate, dang it. Thank you so much, Dutch. I appreciate you. So anyway, I was talking about that because of books. Like, I should just keep the books around and just have my phone, like leave it in here when I'm out there for the day. I don't know. But I love listening to my podcasts. It's really just like, I think kind of probably the issue at this point is just TikTok, really. So maybe instead of getting rid of the whole thing, you know. Huh? Do you know what day it is today? Saturday. I don't have to work today, nope. I don't have to go to the office, nope. And I don't have to work. All I'm doing here is streaming and playing the game for a little while. What? What?
I thought you were going to just... I thought...
Huh? You thought what? Hang on, his mind is blown. What are you trying to do? Yeah, I said my mind is blown. What are you looking for? Oh, because it's Saturday. He thinks I should be doing Lego. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I just I don't have a set to build right now, and I didn't have a lot of time to prep anything for this week, so I'm just playing the game instead. You can't see him, but he just did. He just went, here, do it again. Do the face palm. He was like, okay, I'm sorry. Next Saturday we will do Lego, okay?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to rebuild the U-wing for you. See, I didn't have time to go through the collection and pick out all the parts. You're so right. I'll have to do that this week, okay? But I gotta go back into the office all week. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to do it. When am I gonna have time to do that? I don't know. Okay. All right, go wake up mommy. Go see if she's awake. She should be in her room, okay? And then I'll be coming out in less than an hour. I'll be coming back out, okay? It's about 45 minutes, give or take. It's not that long. 45 minutes, that's it. Not too long. Okay? 45 minutes, yes, sir. Okay. If it sucks, I would have refunded it anyways. Plus, some of the games now fizzle out after like 3 hours to skirt the Steam refund window. That's scummy. You locked in yesterday, read 200 pages of the Poppy War. Where did I hear about that book? Like, other than you posting in the Discord. I heard about that book somewhere else and how good it was. That's what I'm thinking. Like, during the days when I would just be like wasting time on TikTok, I should just leave my phone in another room. Like, I don't need to have it with me the whole time. You know, kid, Father's Day is soon, and I don't have any Lego to build on stream. You want to buy me a Lego set for Father's Day? You know where we should go? I think we should go to that Lego store. I think we should go, the one where we got your little slave one.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go to that Lego store. It's kind of rainy today, but maybe. Oh, maybe they have a U-wing, you're right. but I do have the pieces for it. So, but we could look. We could check. This kid is obsessed with U-Wings recently. I don't know what it is, but we have like a, not an official Lego store, but like a third party reseller store, and it's really cool. Yeah. It'll be fun. ADHD, take the wheel.
I got one toy.
Oh yeah. So Ghost, he's a guy in the chat here. He said that you need to get that that new Lego Death Star. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You want to look at it real quick? Come here. Not the one from your game. They're making a new one. Lego Death Star. I'll see if there's any pictures that have been leaked. Here's the old one. This is the old $500 one. I wanted to see if there was any leaks of the new one. Here, oh, is this it? Oh, this was debunked. Yeah, so this might not. Whoa, geez, I can't make that bigger. I don't want to go to Reddit. Nobody likes Reddit. Open image in new tab. There we go. So this might be debunked. This might not be right, but look at that. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Coming October 6th, it says. But that said debunked, so maybe that's not it. It's like, what, $800? Or is it 1,000? Yeah. 75419. $1,000. UCS Death Star.
But guess what? I found a really good one.
You did? What is it?
So go back.
Oh, they're doing a UCS Jango Fett Slave 1 too. You see that? Oh, I already have that one. Should I get the Jango Fett one too? Sorry, where are we going? Going back where?
Back to the Death Star.
Okay, here.
Go up.
Up. Okay.
Up.
Up. That's as far up as I can go. Should I go?
I need your little arrow.
My little arrow, this one?
Down.
Down? Oh, this right here? To show more pictures?
No.
No?
Up.
Up? Should I go back?
No.
Okay. You see?
So see that one with the little
With the
thing?
lasers?
Yeah, but go down.
Okay.
That one.
This one? Whoa. That is definitely not the new UCS one, but that one's pretty cool looking. This is definitely somebody made this one. Gotta start the dono goal. I gotta admit, Zeke and I were talking about it the other day, and I was like, it's expensive, but you gotta admit that like it would look pretty cool right where the Falcon is. I don't know where I'd put the Millennium Falcon, but that would be cool. Just a giant Death Star like right there, wouldn't it? But man, I can't. I just can't.
That's a big old Death Star with
That
TIE
is
Fighter.
TIE Fighters and X-Wings.
That's not funny, Daddy.
You want to make a TIE Fighter sound? Dutch, let me know what page number you want on that.
No. Not yet.
Oh, that's cool. You like that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dutch just redeemed this. This is Star Wars dad jokes. Do you want to hear one?
No.
No. Well, I gotta do one because he paid for it. So hang on.
Who paid?
Dutch Daddy Gamer is one of the people on the stream right now. You paid. Okay. You gonna click it? All right. There's two on here. So number 1 or number 2? Oh, here. Can you scroll up? Here. Sorry. Let me see this. Oh, don't. Hang on. Don't click on Lego Circle. Hang on. I gotta see. All right. Number 1.
Very cool.
It does look very cool. You're right. Which one do you want to see? You want to see this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, do you think that's it?
Yeah.
This is from the Star Wars 2. This is from Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Okay, anyway, dad joke. You ready for the dad joke? It's a Star Wars one, okay? You tell me if this is funny or not, all right? What did the 2 Jedi say when they walked into a hotel? 1 room for 2 nights, please.
Yep.
What do you think? Is that funny?
Kinda.
Kinda. Yeah, that's the reaction I usually get. All right. Well, blame Knock Knock. They wrote it.
Your brain
Knock knock. You want to do a knock knock joke? Knock knock. Who's there? Okay. All right. Let's stop clicking around Reddit. Okay. That's unsafe. All right. Let's go get mommy. Okay. I love you so much. Go get mommy and I'll be out in like 40 minutes. Okay. See how much time went by? Okay. I love you. So cute. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. But who's there? Nobody. Nobody who? Nobody cares. All right. Anyway. He didn't want to hear the joke. I knew you wouldn't either. He does not care for the Star Wars dad jokes. If I ever say one to him, he does the little. He's been doing this lately. I don't know where he gets that from. All right. Anyway. I am a test subject. That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under the similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of a would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with a new protein chains, which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes these passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. I'm gonna side with Google on this one instead, Doc. This sounds like pseudoscience. Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away. At least if the stabilizer is genuine, the only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe, as a doctor does. And you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection, but with little response. Ooh. Oh, it just went. Brrr. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how yet again acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled and distracted. You should rest some more. They're going to have to do, but you're going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients. Sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence falls in the room and they return to their glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long they've been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Tashiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes and you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Bum, bum, bum. I'll be right across from Sarah? Okay, Bebo. I'm getting caught up on some of your messages here. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be bigger than the Falcon, but I was thinking because it's round, it might just like, oops, sorry, wrong one. You see how much space I have there? If I were to move it over a little bit, maybe it would fit. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, Ams didn't want to hear the jokes either. He's in good company. Yeah, 1,000 and have the most figures of any regular Lego release. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's too big. Hams. Glue shrug. Glue shrug. What can I say? Glue shrug. I do have to say though. Get out. There you go. Oops. This one, sorry. Yeah, Bebo shrug, thank you. All right, continue. The station is spinning beneath us. We are stable, guys. We're stable, if just a bit hungry. So maybe we should go eat first, and then we'll start doing all of our work for the day. We need to earn some more credits. Or sorry, we need to earn some more, you know. All right, we need one more before we are officially a fungus fan. Anything we need to do here? Okay, we gotta acquire stabilizer for 100 cryo. Okay, so we need to go do some work. Let's get to work, shall we? Work. We're gonna work. There you go. Let's do this one. Here we go. Yard clearance plus 16 cryo. Excellent. We got some scrap components too. Maybe we'll go ahead and do the forensic trawl. Nice. +1 to Winter's Light. Excellent. We learned a little bit more about the wreck. Slowly but surely. While we're here, I'm going to check the eye and see if I have the correct dice. I don't have the correct data for that. Shoot, I keep hitting escape to go back. I don't know why. Here we go. Key node. This one, shoot, that one needs a 2. Okay, leave. That one needs a 1. Leave. I wonder if those change each day. They probably don't. That one needs a 3. So I wonder if I should check this first each day just to be sure. That one needs a 2. What about you? You need a 1. It's like everything but what I have. A 1. Okay, that's it for here. All right, let's get out of here. Let's see, what else can we do then? We could do some more in the yard. Shipyard. Assist a shipbuilder. You don't have connections, but you do have skills. If you can get a shipbuilder to notice them, you might be in. Oh, it's risky though. As a newcomer, you can only gain favor by grabbing a load of materials and asking the nearest yard hand where to take them. I don't have anything here yet, so... Jeez, I keep hitting escape. Not in the general chat in Discord. What did you do, Bebo? What have you done? What are we waiting for here? We're just waiting for... Gosh, why do I keep hitting escape? Something about escape makes me want to go back, even though I haven't done that this entire morning. All right. We'll put this into the cutter salvage. Make some more money here. So 16 cryo. Ooh, negative condition. Okay, it was only 1 though. It was only 1. That's not bad. All right, and that is all my actions. It's all the actions I can do. I ate. I don't want to pay this yet because again, it's 60 and I keep on ending up with close to 60 each time. So what's in the rotunda? I can explore the rotunda. Steal dock plans. All right. That's going to put me on a watch list though. I don't want to do that right now. Shipbuilder, right? There was this thing over here. This is assisting a shipbuilder. I don't have any action dice left for this one though, so I have to come back later. All right, so I guess we're just gonna go rest then. Yeah. That's gonna tick this cycle here. End. Another cycle done. We're being hunted still. All right, let's leave. Ooh, look at all the dice we got. Look at all these. Oh, the number of dice that you start with is based on this white. That's right, this white meter. So I need to make sure I eat every day. Oh, Feng. Feng is ready. Let's see what Feng wants. Sleeper. Feng catches your attention as you approach the Haven Age building, leaning against a bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way, security and all that. He gives you a look. You know. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans on a server rack and gestures around you. You like it? It's kind of a mess. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. Hey, this whole station is a mess. This is what I have to work with. He taps a nearby server rack stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are built from the original station AE1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we've never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and I think they're seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least, that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? Yeah, I can see it. I don't believe you. Dang it. How do you think I found you? You're like a beacon, lighting up the systems that surround you, accessing them without even knowing. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run though. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets, a load of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Haven Age, there's old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those old bad days. You can help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours. He winks. Why is he winking? What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you with a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet, keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. Keep it quiet, keep it clean. I like that. You step, blinking, back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. Interesting. Okay. So he wants us to go... I don't have any upgrade points. He wants us basically to go into this thing here, right? Is this the one he gave me? Nope, he gave me a different one. So there's another gate somewhere. Yeah, Solheim Gate. There we go. Let's do it. Start the action. Working. Gate S7 access, Solheim cipher with a squawk of a noise. Squawk? A squawk of a noise. The old gate flips open, granting access. Okay. Leave, I guess? Ah, here we go. This opens up different nodes. I need a 2. I don't have that one. Leave. I need... Ah, here we go. We have a match. Bypass. Extract the data. This is sick. All right, we got Solheim data. And Haven Age data. Continue. Oh, as you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread strung tight around you. It tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver. Its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. I guess I should have done it. A taste. Ooh. Mrs. Nodder, hi. Thanks for checking in. Minecraft win? Hero Ninja, hi. Minecraft win? Probably the next time I get a Minecraft bug, which seems to happen about once a year. The last one was pretty long though. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown. Astringent. Processing. Stay still. Please hold. Ooh, a hunter? The thread around you thickens until it's a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It's blinding for a moment, and then it's gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify, origin, serial, cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. Sleeper, Essen Arp. Unknown, known. The figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature, of or not of, attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Intent. There's your follow sound. What was it? Hi, was he really down here for 49 minutes? No, he was down here for like, I don't know what, guys, 10, 15 minutes maybe max. We were looking at Lego Death Star stuff. Oh, a taste. A taste. I don't need to hear that a lot. Stop, I say. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I'm a person. My name is Anakin. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, the hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. I don't understand. An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. The only option I have is strike. Strike. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing, a spike of interference, leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking with fear. Well, geez. It still says there's a hunter, so I guess I still have some actions before another hunter comes. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more here, and then we'll do the rest up top. Extracting data. Got more Solheim data. All right, let's leave. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Let's go back. Let's get out of here. We need to go do some work because we need some money. We're gonna work. I don't know why that song's stuck in my head, but it is. 16 cryo, yard clearance. That's just a little bit enough. It's 15 to pay for food. So that's cool. So based on this white bar, if I can get that full by the time I end my thing, then I'll have all of these dice. If I leave it here, I'm only going to get 3 dice. Feng is Bay. Feng's kind of cool. Yeah, I do kind of like it so far. It's interesting. I mean, I find myself wanting to know what's going to happen, right? Let's do another one of these and just... Yes, more cryo. Let's go. 100 cryo, and we finish yard clearance. History or no, the ship is salvaged. As Dragos always says, break it down, move it on. So maybe we'll have a new one there. Okay, we can't do this one now. That action is unavailable. Okay, continue. Let's see. Okay, I gotta go eat at Emphasis Stall. Investigate the wreckage. Toggle tracking. What do I gotta do? Oh, hey, the final pieces of the Winter Light sit in neat piles waiting for the collection shuttle from Haven Age. Dragos managed to sell the remaining pieces to the shipyards, a fact that's hard to forget as he'd been telling you about it for the past 2 cycles, and all that remains is for Haven Age to come collect. You look around at the yard, transformed from when you first arrived. The mostly repaired drones flit back and forth, no longer buzzing unevenly or lost in dark corners, and the scrap is sectioned, sorted. The system that you and Dragos have put into place over the past cycles is paying off. As you look, you notice the glow of pale light from the office by the entrance. That rundown cab of a building which houses all the records and spare equipment. Dragos must be inside, and you get to your feet and walk over to find out where the shipyard collection crew. To find out when the shipyard collection crew will be here. I don't know why I had a problem with that sentence. Let's knock. Sleeper, come in. You swing open the door and walk in. Dragos is sitting at the small metal desk. The shipyards told me they'd be here soon. Then they'll hand over and we're set. He writes something with a stylus on his slate, then shuts it off. Of course, we should talk about a bonus. Oh, yes, please. He stands and turns to face you, his face placid. Look, I don't know when the next job is coming in, but this should tide you over for now. He opens his hand to reveal a stack of... What's going on here? I said it. It's a bonus. Take it. Dragos presses into your hand. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat, and you realize he is prepared what he is about to say. These are for you to take and do what you will with them. They are from me, and they are the last I'm gonna give you. Really. He pauses. There's no more work for a sleeper in this yard. Somebody got to him. He folds his arms. I'm sorry, but that's it. You can stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you. He turns away to his terminal. What do you mean? Don't press me, Sleeper. This is for your own good. Somebody got to him. The glassy apertures on Drago's headset betray no emotion. You need to stay away, Sleeper. He pauses, considering his words. Trouble is going to follow you here. Trust me. What do you know? Dragos kicks at the floor, frustrated with himself. I'll not be saying any more, Sleeper. Dragos suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you to face a stack of pieces from the Winter Light, dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable as a ship. You came through that, Sleeper. That should have been you, chopped and stacked. His hand trembles on your shoulder. This is what happens here. We cut down broken machines and move them on. Well, I didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on. Moving you on before whoever killed that ship out here comes to kill me. What do you mean? He shakes his head. These ships, they didn't get decommissioned. They didn't break down in dry dock. You think they'd look like that if they did? Someone ended them. I mean, someone tried to end you, Sleeper, and I'm done waiting for them to turn up. We've had our fun, now it's time. He gives you a little shove. Go on. He turns and walks back to the office. That's it, he shouts, and goes inside. Says, go on, get out of here. Starts throwing stuff at me. You can't be here, get out of here. The silence hangs in the air and you leave with your pockets filled with clinking and the strangely hollow feeling in your chest. Go on, get. Exactly. Go on, get out of here. Well, interesting. Hey, Feng. Let's see. I got some Solheim data for you. Ba-bing. Okay. I guess let me sell all of it. Why not? Sell all that I got. Nice. Nice. We're making so much money. We're making so much money. All right. We have one of these left. Is there anything around here that could use... Oh, hello. Who's this? Scrap freight. Who are you? Buy some scrap. Most of what comes from the starboard belt is corroded trash, but sometimes something valuable can be found in the salvage. Excuse me. They'll pay a wage for anyone willing to help them. 50-50. Let's do it. Nice. 15 cryo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, then I'm gonna go eat. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. All right, start. Da-ding. There we go. Fungus fan is almost complete as well. That should complete next cycle, I think. Nope, actually I can go into it now. Sleeper, Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Sleeper! Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Please put a torch to break the cycle of the ship, and the caulk went everywhere. Okay. I don't love you anymore. You're not a good boy. You can't stay here. I hate when the caulk gets everywhere too. You have to take Nolan to the store for pants. Have a great Saturday. You too, Ams. That reminds me, I need to get some new shirts for work. I'm kind of went through my entire collection of work shirts this week, and I'm going to see the same people again next week. I need a couple of dress shirts. So he says, tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his wok. Okay, yeah, here, what kind? What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. But one of yours. He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause. The spice is rich in your nostrils. And think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps you enjoy a strange story, something with some spice. Let's tell a ghost story. I don't want to tell him about my dreams. Those are scary. You start simple. You tell Emphas about the routines and structures of a life as a sleeper. The S and ARP assignments, the freezing cold transport shuttles, the endless tedious days of work. You make it almost sound normal, as if you weren't all also struggling with your new bodies, your fractured minds, your harrowing depersonalization. This is for effect. Then you explain one assignment, a scrap detail in a facility left to rot for hundreds of cycles. The idea, you tell Emphas, was to rip the place to pieces, turn it all to scrap, and load it into freighters. Just buy him Nonderpants? I don't sell Nonderpants right now. Get your shirts at Nonder.com. That's true, that's N0NDER.com. Thank you, Ams, I appreciate that. Most of it was machine work, but they sent a couple of you down deep into the facility on a special order to find the mainframe and disconnect it. You leave a dramatic pause for emphasis' sake. Oh, get it? Emphasis' sake? Get it? For emphasis? Emphasis' sake? It's pretty clever. You lean in a little so the smoke of cooking fills your nostrils. And you tell him of the way the place moved, the way it shifted and changed in front of you, the way corridors twisted and pulsed like intestines. And at a rotten heart of it all, you tell him what you found. An empty suit from which erupted a mass of metal like a tree, like a forest. Great trunks of ribbed steel exploding from the faceplate. Buttresses of silicone stretching up into the shadows. Imagine listening to an audiobook and the reader laughs at the word buttresses. Just does a little giggle and then continues on. Buttresses of silicone stretching up into the shadows. And a mainframe that screamed when you cut it out. Damn. You should sell pants. I should. Like some gray sweatpants with a little Nonder logo on it. Put the Nonder logo on the back. Never mind. I should sell pants. That's a great idea. More like Emphasis Nest, right? Emphasis Nest. You heard it too, huh? Emphasis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Emphasis passes you the meal he has cooked and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks. A natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today, and I do not want to keep you any longer. So I will make a proposal. Oh, really? He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Emphasis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. That'd be fun. Agreed. Good. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Emphasis slides his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market, the rich taste of Emphasis food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food, you think? A trade that seems more than fair. Interesting. So I do probably want to go through the low-end gate then. However, I'm still stable. This costs 100 cryo, so I need to just make sure that I keep having enough cryo to do it. So should I go ahead and... Well, I don't have anything left for the day as far as dice, so I shouldn't open this today. We'll open that maybe tomorrow. Or, sorry, on the next cycle, you know. Everything looks to be done. End cycle. Imagine being stable, right? Couldn't be me. Nandi pants? Oh no, we are not selling Nandi pants. Why'd you have to say it like that? Immediately regretted saying it too. Nandi pants. Nope, I hate that. Nope, I hate that. Oh, I'm being hunted. Look at all these though. I should do some dangerous stuff because I got some good dye. Let's see, will he... Oops, I guess I can talk to the shipbuilder. Whoa, that moves too fast. Okay. Anything I can do to make more money? The scrap freighter is not here for very long, so I should go ahead and try one of these. 100%, let's go. 15 cryo plus energy, really? Okay, let's do it. Can we do it one more time? Press our luck. Yeah, let's go. If you got it, you can get it. Okay, don't sing that again. Okay, just keep going. Let's see what's happening over here. Helion crossing, merchants willing to run the gauntlet. Okay, we're waiting for somebody to return there. I should go ahead and check this. See what we can do here. 3, no. 2. Yeah, it's got to be an exact match, huh? Okay. I need to remember to come check this before I spend anything. Still a 2. What about this gate? I don't have the data to unslot that one, so we're gonna leave this. Who do we get to model the Nandi pants? It definitely wouldn't be me. I can tell you that much right now. I have no idea. I mean, I guess if I was selling it on fourth wall, it'd just be whatever the fourth wall ones have, you know? It's annoying. Bebo, you can't be the model. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, buddy. It's just like physically not possible for you. Like, we love you, but calm down. Okay, just making sure there's nothing here. I kind of wish you could just like look at a list instead of having to click each one of these. It'd be nice if you could just look at a list. Like, here's the ones that you need. If you have one, then you could click and go to it. That'd be nice. All right, we do have a lot here though that we can do. So I guess we could continue to help the salvagers or the shipyard. We need to get a good we need a good job. We can haul these away. 100% POS. Whoa. Plus yard hand, plus energy. Excellent. Of course, my camera's in the way now, huh? I'm gonna make it just a little bit smaller. What do you guys think about that? Let me know if it's too big still. So we did that. It's a repeatable action. This is risky, but I do have this. So let's run that. Let's run that back. Okay. That worked. And then let's haul materials. Boom. All right, cool. Leave. We definitely need to find a way to make some more credits still for next time. And it looks like I'm full up here. So I think I should just be able to end my day, huh? End cycle. There we go. Headed home with Wendy's brekkies. Ooh, when can I expect ya? Would love a Wendy's brekkie, but I'm never in the city early enough. You guys got Wendy's? What if your Wendy's is better than ours? Darn. All right. We're halfway through Hunted, which means not too much longer. We're gonna figure out what the heck is going on there. Let's see. Only one more cycle to haul scrap. Let's do it. Come on. Yes, 15 cryo. Let's go. Okay. Leave this. As long as I get enough to pay for food plus a little more, then I'll always net out, right? I am flickering a little bit, but that's okay. Ooh, I should check this place. I think I want to make like I want to make a breakfast this morning, like I want a mess of eggs, you know? Ah, here we go. We got this one. Bypass. Extract that data. Encrypted key. Interesting. A stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging mag locks. Interesting. Okay. Is there any other... Let's see, this key node? It's got to match that. Aha, here's one. Bypass. Extract. Boom, got one. The Solheim Daemon attempts to protect this node, squeaking out protective protocols like a mantra. All you do is chant the same old mantra. I love that song. I like that song. Bring me the horizon, I think. Bypass, extract. Look at us. Look at us. Another encrypted key. Leave. And then let's go to, what's his name? Where is his name? There you are. Fangs Bay. And let's see if we can sell some data here. Let's sell this one. Okay, that's enough of that. Leave. And then I think we're just gonna go eat. Right? Yeah, let's go eat. Input 15 cryo. There you go. Start. And then I got 228. So maybe I should go ahead and open that thing. The low end gate. Boom. Starting the action. Boom, we're in. Low end access unlocked. So now look at this. Let's see what's going on here. Block maintenance. Maintained by the residents, the ramshackle blocks are always in need of repairs. Helping out is a good way to make friends, okay? Or play Tavla. The clack of filter caps can be heard in every concourse in the low end as the residents play rotating rounds of this game for cryo. Interesting. I don't have any dice left, so I can't do that right now. What about the one? Here, I'm gonna track this one because where does that take me? The Free Spoke Towering Transit Hub. That looks sick. What is that? Excuse me. Enter the spoke. A tangled network of service passageways and makeshift tunnels cut through the spoke as if it were a hive. There are no maps here. Blistered with precarious elevators and stairways, the spoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. You, not me. Here we go. Founder's Gap. Gap in the ring station. To reach the Greenway, you need to pay for a pass. A practice invented by the spacers moored here. They call it the Founder's Ferry. All right. Emphas loves two things story. Eat emphasis stall, bring emphasis grill caps. Where can I find those caps? Let's see. Where does my tracker tell me to go? Right here. Right? Oh, I just searched for them here, huh? No, this is where I input them. Okay, that's great to know, but like, how do I find them? You need 3 handfuls of grill caps, fresh and firm. Okay, I don't remember where he said to get them though. That's part of the problem. Darn. Okay, I thought it was gonna be beyond that locked door there. All right, Feng is ready to talk to me too. As you enter the bay, Feng is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms. Unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Hey, just like you, Ghost. Only if you keep me there forever. Keep me in Canada. Marry me. Marry Mursa. Ursa might have something to say about that, but I was just your shoulders are rotating to your own making, so I don't know why I try to walk domino. All right. A little omina in there at the end. Ed's. Feng's voice echoes from behind a stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These snaky heads. Who's snaky? Who's a head? Sleeper. Feng's smiling head pops up from behind a stack. Just the emulated consciousnesses I've been eager to see. Okay, hang on. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Feng is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack, just like me. Just like me. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Feng waves at a monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional net records. People? I'm gonna say heads? Feng laughs. Maybe not all of them, but what kind of heads? Solheim. Bingo. He taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you bought in. All employers of the Eye's original owners, and he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a snaky head. He stabs at the screen with a finger and the name reads Hardin Hurst. A friend of yours? Feng gives you a sideways look. Funny you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool out beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardin Hurst in Haven Age. He awaits for your reaction. In Haven Age? That's it. He's right here on the station now. Feng leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on the station as a... Feng leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. That is a title that I'm familiar with. If that had said senior strategic operations analyst, I've had that role before. I was never an executive. Fang raises his eyebrows at you. Our Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept all the profit. Good old Harden shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I'm a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked in Solheim ships, they breathed the Solheim air, and slept in Solheim beds. Fang's voice rises as he speaks, his hands fists on the terminal's edge, and the work that paid for that existence, the cycles of hard extraction out in the belt, Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. A chithead. Old school, that's great. This guy, stabbing at Harden once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow, thousands and thousands of cycles later, it's still going, still here, crawling in the walls like some chithead snake. He survived the revolution. Surely it can't be him. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles. So we're gonna go find out. Harden is now a big shot in the shipyards, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Fang brings up the map with the lower eye. Haven Age might be born out of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Harden happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anybody from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up the thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardenhurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Fang puts a hand on your shoulder, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grins. If you can extract yourself a Haven Age cipher from a Haven Age agent, then sometimes they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You'll never even need to get near the shipyards. So what do you say? You up for it? Sure. I knew it. I knew you'd be happy to catch this, Snake. And don't worry, once we nail this guy, I'll start working on that track of yours. I haven't forgotten. Fang scratches at his chin. Anything the worm gets, I'll send it back. It'll send it back here to me. That's something wrong here, and I aim to get to the rotten core of it. You leave Fang digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the Eye as it once was. A vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Harden. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope of a better future engineered to line someone else's pocket. It's an idea you're intimately familiar with. You think of Harden still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. I keep waiting for the line to be the last one to end it with like emphasis on that syllable, you know? All right, there we go. We're going to end the cycle, and also that is where we're going to end the stream. Distant Child Agony Scream. That's him playing Minecraft. That's an excited, I'm having fun scream. You know? 16 seconds since lost autosave, so we're good. We're good. The music is Crazy Banj and a screwdriver before convos? What do you mean? What are you talking about? All right, anyway, we're going to quit. We're going to quit the game. We're done. An interesting game. A very interesting game. I don't know what he's talking about, Banj. He's talking to you, though. a very interesting game. We'll continue this on Monday, where we'll have about an hour and a half on Monday before I have to run into the office again. But everything, I think next week should be relatively normal. There was one day where it looked like they did put another earlier meeting on my calendar, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet, but I'll keep you up to date if I happen to need to skip like one day. But I think we should be in a relatively normal place. So that's great. What do you guys think? Are you liking the game so far? I know gameplay wise isn't super engaging, but I think the story is pretty interesting so far. I also hear it is not a long game. Let's see. Yeah, you can beat the main story in 6 hours. We potentially could be halfway through the game already, just by the 3 hours ish that we played this morning. So, could be pretty good. It still says time played 6 minutes. That's not true. Last played 3 hours ago. Time played 6 minutes. That's just waiting to update. I think that's all it's doing. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Let's see what's going on over in the other lands here. Let's see. Thank you, Banj, for being here. I appreciate you. We always have a good time. Hey, quit playing my own stream. Let's go over to Lars, I guess, huh? Playing Little Witch in the Woods. Little Witch in the Woods. I'm not familiar, but we're about to find out. There we go. All right, everybody, that is going to do it for me. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend. I won't see you tomorrow, but I'll see you Monday in the same time, in the same place as always. Hopefully the same time. Hopefully that doesn't have to change, but everything looks good so far. Does anybody have a raid message they might want to, well, thank you, Ursa, for being here too. Thank you. I hope you have a great, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you have the best weekend. I hope everybody else's weekend pales in comparison to yours. How about that? How about them apples? Anyway, I don't know what to do now. I'm tired all of a sudden. I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go eat some food. Banj is here. Nana's rating and only cares about Banj. I don't like that one. No, I veto that. I'm not using. You can't make me. I'm not doing it. Welcome to the club where we all fam. Non-raid. How about something like that? Welcome to the club. Oh, wait, I didn't spell it. Where we all fam. Oh, no. We got 4 seconds.